Look at Bob. We love you. See you next time.
This has been a production of the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the heartbeat of the nation, where we move our clients from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
5 days, 120 hours. That's all that stands between the status quo and the next chapter of our country. Right now, every motorcade, every viral clip, and every speech is a part of a calculated move for the finish line. The noise is at an all-time high, but we're here to help you cut through all of it. This Thursday, May 7th, and this is What's Trending. I'm Jiminita Swain. Let's get into the headlines. The battle for the Bahamian vote moves from the streets to the screen. With just days left until the general election, we examine how political parties are swapping massive rallies and motorcades for viral TikToks and Facebook live streams. Last but not least, behind the music, the motorcades and speeches, there's big business. We examine the economic impact of election rallies across the Bahamas. We're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. What's Trending continues right after this.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, that included, but
I need the $10 special place.
How many would you like?
20 in it.
Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, but
take your business to the next level by joining the Tourism Development Corporation's Tourism Business and Products Registry. This registry will act as a hub for all Bahamian tourism-related ventures across the blue, green, and orange economies, ensuring that our entrepreneurs get the support, access, and connections they need to help develop a stronger business and ultimately a stronger industry. Join now at tdcbahamas.com. Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Listen, if you haven't seen a politician on your For You page lately, are you even on the internet? The days of just waiting for a motorcade to pass your house are so 2002. Today, the campaign trail isn't just on the streets, it's in the palm of your hands. We're talking viral TikTok, Facebook Lives that go off the rails and memes that are literally swaying the vote. But is a like as powerful as a handshake at a rally? Joining me to analyze this evolution are two seasoned experts with extensive experience in political communication and election coverage, Vaughn Aubrey and Anthea Ferguson. Welcome to What's Trending, Vaughn, and welcome back, Cynthia.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to have both of you here with us. So, Vaughn, you've seen the evolution when you compare the campaign strategies up to date to, say, those of 20 or 30 years ago. What do you identify is the most significant shift in how politicians establish a connection with the Bahamian voter?
I'm older now, so I remember campaigns from the 60s. I witnessed live, in person. That's what's different today. Today's political parties, they send their teams out. The actual candidates for each constituency, they don't get to visit every house because the constituencies have 5,000 to 6,000 registered voters. And some constituencies are huge. Like my count doesn't have that many, but it's five
different islands.
It's five islands. Can that candidate get to every island? I don't know.
Yes, he or she would have to be very resourceful,
Yeah.
but that is definitely a change. So, Anthony, I want to go back for a second. There was a certain magic to those old school rallies, the smell of food, the music, the crowd energy. What was it about the physical meetings that made them so effective? And are we losing the soul that now that we're seeing just watching through a screen?
Yeah, so I've been on the campaign trail now for a couple of months. I mean, however long, right? The election campaign has been ongoing, and it does feel different. Even by the mere fact that by 11:30 I'm home. In times past, 11:30 a leader probably just hitting the stage, right? And so it has more of a manicured, scripted feel to it now, as opposed to back in the day where you just never knew what you were going to expect. You had your leaders with their entrances and the songs that they're playing. Yes, they have their songs, but the entrances I miss. Right before the leader were to take the stage, they're just sitting there watching their candidates speak. You don't have that, like that almost party feel at the rallies anymore. Everything just feels so manicured and scripted, and that's because I think the rallies are now more fashioned as a production.
It is a production.
Yes, they're more fashioned as production.
And timed.
Yes, they're timed to the T. Like when they say 2 hours, they mean 2 hours and maybe a little change.
Yeah.
And so it kind of take away that rawness, that organic feeling.
Authenticity.
Yes, like so it's different. It is different, much different now.
For me, at the age I am at, the rallies of old were more family.
Yes.
The constituencies are so big now. I don't know you. I don't know you.
He was my neighbor.
He was my neighbor. I don't know you.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm getting into with you next. We're seeing way fewer of those sea of color rallies and a whole lot more sponsored posts. So is this just about saving money, or is there something deeper driving the shift to digital?
No, it's marketing ploys. It's a different era. And the technocrats for marketing, they might not even live here in the Bahamas. They come from abroad, and they think what works in the United States might work here. But we usually adapt. Mama got her phone.
Yeah.
She going to the rally now, but she got her phone, she watching. So the switch to digital is real.
Yeah, but it's needed. In 2026, if you're a political party and you're not on social media, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's absolutely needed. You can reach more people, you can reach people faster, but that then has its give and its take, right?
We may get too much into that. I get
But I want to get back to a point that Vaughn made earlier about the family feel that we're missing at rallies.
Yes.
I've been to a lot of them this season. People feel, it seems that they're going there for the candidate more so than to be with their fellow constituents and really rally up the party, if that makes sense. It's like the candidate is the celebrity and we're just here as his entourage.
Let me go back to the 60s. Mommy packed us all. Packed all our children up in the car. We go into the government ground to hear Linden, Milo Butler, Randall Fox, government ground, Clifford Park, and Windsor Park.
So you had to be there.
Exactly.
As a child.
Either you catch it on the radio or you miss it.
Right, and then that's also the thing. We got to see these people. They weren't distant. They weren't distant. These were people we could identify with.
Yes.
And connect.
And that was a good thing then.
So I have a follow-up. So technology now allows a voter to engage with a party's message from the privacy of their home. So how does the impact of the digital message compare to the tangible, high-energy experience of being present at a rally? Kind of just like what you were just talking about.
I might get beaten for this.
Oh, gee.
But you know what? Political parties put their manifestos, their plans out on digital. How many people reading that?
Or printing it out to actually study it.
Right. How many, we got 206,000 voters registered. How many of us are reading that? We want to come out. We want to make sure we get our clothes right, because we getting the clothes for me and the children.
Right, because it's a fashion show too.
It's a fashion show.
Okay.
And what we're also losing now is that feel of family.
Yes.
Because we know Mama's frying her fritter for the rally tonight, and we taking our neighbors, but we don't know our neighbors today.
We don't know, but we ain't going there to hang with our neighbors. We going there to make sure that the candidate looks good and that his entourage looks big.
What I like tonight, though, I mean, on this 2026 election, because New Providence is a traffic jam anytime, many constituencies, they organize bus rides.
Yes.
And I think that's a good thing, because you get to know your neighbor or your fellow constituency.
You get that couple of minutes to chat with them.
On the bus.
Yes. Yeah, I like that too. So, Anthea, you are, of course, the queen of content. TikTok and IG have changed the game for political messages. They used to be about 30-minute speeches. Now they have to be about 15-second sound bites. So how is that changing the way we actually consume what the politicians are promising us?
It's really them fitting into the mold of what's happening now. That's where we're at now. In technology and in the media, we want you to get in and we want you to get out, but make an impact while you're there. So now they're being challenged to get to the point quicker, say the right things faster, and get in and get out in a sound bite. Because you're gonna lose me if I have to watch this video 20 seconds and I know what you're talking about yet. I scroll and I go on to the next video.
That's right.
So now they're challenged to get their messaging, their public speaking skills up to par, and their connectivity up to par.
And so many of them are lacking.
They ain't reach yet.
But also, what Diane said was, so the marketing team, we know all of us are candidates. One message.
Yeah.
You can't say something different. You can say it in a different way, but we want one message. Stick to the message.
To the message.
Yeah.
I think, though, on this campaign trail, that has not been working so good.
Okay.
Because I don't get to hear what you're going to do in your area. I hear what you're doing in ministry, and I hear what you're doing nationally, but the people come out there to hear what you're going to do for me through my little corner, through my little dead end. And I think we're missing some of that community messaging, just a little bit.
But in terms of that, community messaging, you got 41 constituencies. You ain't gonna hear, because your candidate might not even be speaking.
Because they've split up the rallies into quadrants.
So then utilize social media to create that messaging and put it there. At least let it exist.
You need to be working for that. You got another job.
Listen.
Well, stick a pen right there, because I have so much more to ask you guys. Stay right there. We're taking a quick break, but this conversation continues.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
If you just just joining the conversation, we are analyzing the evolution of Bahamian political campaigning, specifically the transition from traditional rallies to the digital frontier. We are back with our guests, Vaughn Aubrey and Cynthia Ferguson, to delve deeper into the impact of this shift on voter accountability and the future of our democracy. So, Vaughn, we're going to continue with you. We're going to talk about this demographic shift. Young Bahamians are arguably the most active participants in the digital sphere. We touched on that earlier. So how has their heightened online presence changed the way political parties approach both campaign strategy and, perhaps more importantly, the way they are held accountable by the public?
I see today's youth are engaged politically, so that's a good thing. So now these campaigns each have to strategize to get their message out. And foot traffic, if you walk the what you call it, the streets, you get to know who's in your area and how you can message through social media to them. The teams I see today, they are doing a much better job politically. The teams that go out on the streets, because that's growing. When I was young, I never saw that amount of people going house to house. All that information is now being compiled to give the campaigns a clearer picture of who lives in this house, who lives through this street.
This is true. So, Cynthia, there is this ongoing debate regarding the depth of online connection. Do you believe that the digital engagement carries the same weight and meaning as the face-to-face interaction, or is there a fundamental element of the Bahamian political spirit being lost in transition?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's a little bit of both.
I agree.
I think we are hitting some targets and really making some inroads in really how we show up online as Bahamians, not just as political parties, but as Bahamians. And if we want to bring it back to the conversation, political parties, like I said, if they're not online, they're doing themselves a major disservice. We're at a point where if you see something online, you immediately believe it, and then you ask questions after. Right? I mean, a good and bad thing.
You ran with it.
A good and bad thing.
Yeah.
And so if you are out there with your message consistently, constantly online, it's going to land at some point. Someone is going to believe you, someone is going to believe in you, and they're going to believe that you are the person to help them with their future, right? Now, that said, I think, though, we are missing a little bit, back to your word, that authenticity. Because now we are in a content generation machine. I just got to get it out. I just got to get it out. We ain't focusing on if we're getting it right. Sometimes we're not focusing on if we directing it to the right person. Sometimes we're leaving out.
Who's vetting the message?
Ah, exactly. Sometimes we're leaving out groups of people. And so while you are in a rush, especially now with a couple of days left to go to election,
This is crunch time.
are you leaving out people? Are you just rushing to post, or are you really crafting a message that is going to land and that is going to stick? So it has its pros and it has its cons, but I think we have some connectivity there, but we are missing some of the authenticity as well.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on that. Some people still want that face-to-face.
Oh, they need it.
They do.
You better come to my house and eat my sauce that I woke up 6 o'clock this morning to wait for you.
Because I was waiting on you.
Okay, yeah, I see a little Facebook post, but you would need to eat the sauce.
We need to talk too.
You know how long they've been calling for you and you ain't reached yet?
Okay.
I know, right? So for both of you, as we embrace a more digital-centric approach, does this transition inadvertently open a door to increased misinformation and more complex challenges regarding image control and the manipulation of narratives?
We had a story that ran yesterday on Access Now with Armatea Stewart, who talked about AI and the effect it can and possibly will have on the vote this year. Fake pictures, fake information.
Fake profiles.
Fake profiles.
Fake messages.
You have people now, and I saw an online post that accusing both parties that they're hiring bots to comment on their post or to go on the opposing team's post and just rip them to shreds. And I literally was looking at a profile, I'm like, this is not a real person. This, first of all, not a real person. Second of all, not a Bahamian. You can tell by the way the posts are written. You can tell by the word usage. You just can tell.
We know how Bahamians go when they
I know how Bahamian is row. And this ain't a Bahamian rowing. This is not a Bahamian rowing right now, right? And so we really have to think about how technology, while good, while it's gotten us this far, how can it now just unravel and undo a lot of the progress we've already made?
You just talk what you might be leaving out some groups. You just said that earlier. This Bahamas is encompassing so many people who might not be native to the Bahamas, but they are now Bahamians.
That part.
So how do you reach them? How do you target them?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
That part.
So, Ayanthia, considering the broader implications, what does this overall evolution in communication mean for the future of democracy and the long-term patterns of voter participation?
I just think we need to find the balance, find the happy medium, and figure out how we can use both our traditional means as well as our new forms of communication to really bridge the gap and meet everybody. Because you have those people who want the foot-to-foot, who want you to come knock on my door. They want you to come eat sauce with them. And then you have those people who say, I don't care. Just let me see, let me be able to pull up online when I'm sleeping at night. Let me see what you're all about. Let me see the points that you're hitting and how you plan to affect my future. So how do we now bridge the gap and make everybody happy?
Well, that's also a challenge to us as reporters. The young people, for my view, they don't like to do research.
No.
They come in to interview you, and they know nothing about you. Nothing about you.
Absolutely nothing.
And they don't care to find out.
Because you're supposed to tell them while you're there.
This is the instant age, too. So they figure, okay, well, it's just this.
But this is
no context to it.
In terms of politics and today's social media, we need reporters to be more in tune with what's happening in their community, in their island.
And the other thing, well, we first started and we talked about the sense of family and community at the rallies. There's also the sense of family in homes when we were growing up, and you know that you got a section in the paper with all of the polling divisions and everybody gathered around listening for the results. I mean, are we still going to see things like that?
No, we're going to have watch parties.
Digital age.
We're going to have watch parties, and we're going to make them like the Super Bowl. We're going to have like Super Bowl Day. We're not going to really pay attention to the results. We're not going to pay attention to who won which seat. We're not going to pay attention to the victory speech. We come here for some chicken and some wings and some drinks.
But I think that's the younger generation. But I think the older generation, listen to me, some people still getting their newspapers. They have their pictures up with all of the candidates. And if they have that printout, they are going to be there listening to us
the results.
on the results.
But I think they're in the minority.
I think so, too.
They're in the minority.
So it's just the party.
My older daughter say, Daddy, keep the papers with all the candidates so she wants to follow online. But the other daughter has already planned her watch
party.
So what do you enjoy most about this time? Because you know it's hectic, and we know between now and next week a lot is gonna be happening. What are some of the things that you look for? You talked to us, Vaughn, earlier about, you know, having that experience with your mom and going to the rallies and the meetings and really being able to just connect with the candidates.
Yeah.
What is that time and now? How do you balance it all?
Young people went together. Now, when I was a child, I had to go with my mother. We get to every PLP rally. But as an adult, young people, they go to rallies to have fun. They they were in tune, but they're not necessarily going to listen to the speakers.
No, it's a party.
I don't see the crowds like I saw in yesteryear. It's different. The crowds of yesteryear, bigger. PLP, F&M rallies, bigger than 2026. Because, like you say, you have everything. Mama watching. Mama, even though Mama there, she watching online. She watching ZNS on Facebook.
Staying connected.
So you don't have to go.
No.
But for me, I love election season. I was just excited when we got into this mode, because I just love to be a part of the history. I love to be a part of telling the story and sharing the story of what's happening in our country. I love to learn the new people, who they are, hear the messages, see how they stack up against in 5 years guys look into what they actually did. You know, so I just love the journalism of it all and just going to the rallies and seeing how people interact and engage. And I agree with him. We need our younger, upcoming reporters and people to really just get in the mood and get in tune with what's happening here.
So I don't know what this year will hold. I don't know.
Well, we wait.
Yeah. You know the best time for me? When it all...
Envision a reality where traditional campaigning disappears entirely, or will there always be a requisite for in-person physical connection in our culture? Quickly for both of you.
I think our culture requires that we still have that in-person touch. Bahamians, they ain't gonna let you talk to them through the screen the entire campaign cycle. So I do think that we're gonna see a mix of both. But like I said, I just hope that we find that healthy balance where we touch everyone and touch every message.
Yes, I agree with Ianthea. Still that need? Mama gonna need to see, because we're getting older. I don't need to see. I just want you to do good.
Yeah.
I don't need to see a candidate in my house. Just do good for my country and my community. But some people require that physical touch, and that's not gonna be erased. That's not gonna fade out.
No, well, it's abundantly clear that our elections are no longer confined to physical spaces. From community corners to digital timelines, the way we engage with our political leaders continues to evolve, and with it, the power remains at the forefront. So, Vaughn, Ianthea, thank you both for your invaluable insights this
pleasure.
evening.
Yes, I hope we get to see someone kissing a baby. I ain't seen that in a long time.
And COVID costs all that to change.
Well, still to come, the speeches are free, but the spectacles are not. We examine the massive financial boost election season brings to local vendors. We're following the money in economics right after the break.
Can I get 3 flavors in one pizza?
In here, at Little Caesars.
Ahoy! Then I'll take it for a great price. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
3 flavors, 1 happy you for just $11 VAT inclusive. Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
Economics, presented by Sand Dollar, the digital Bahamian dollar. As election rallies ramp up across the Bahamas, the impact is being felt beyond the political stage, with local businesses also seeing a boost. While there are no official figures tracking campaign spending, past estimates suggest millions of dollars could circulate through the economy during an election season, benefiting a wide range of small businesses and service providers. From food vendors and t-shirt printers to sound companies, taxi drivers, DJs, and stage crews, rallies are creating opportunities for Bahamians to earn extra income as crowds grow larger across New Providence and the Family Islands. Historical estimates have suggested that a single major rally can cost tens of thousands of dollars once staging, lighting, entertainment, transportation, and campaign materials are factored in. And with multiple events expected throughout the campaign season, that spending can quickly add up. Economists often describe this as a multiplier effect, where money spent during major events continues circulating through communities, supporting jobs and informal commerce long after the rallies end. So while the political battle continues on the platform, another story is unfolding behind the scenes, one of business, hustle, and dollars moving through the Bahamian economy. And that's been your Economics.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Eleuthera, we've helped 122 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $3 million in approved funding, the SPDC is strengthening Eleuthera's economy by investing in its leading sectors: tourism, food and beverage, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SPDC, Bahamas.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
Thanks for tuning in this week. Remember, life's better when it's trending. Stay connected with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS for all the behind-the-scenes action. We'll see you right back here on Monday at 6 p.m. But before we go, to all the mothers, grandmothers, and mother figures across our beautiful islands, thank you for being the foundation of our homes and the heart of our country. We hope your Sunday is as incredible as you are. Until then, have an amazing weekend. Stay safe, stay inspired, and keep it trending. Happy Mother's Day, Bahamas.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. An uptick in land purchases across Grand Bahama. Here what officials say is driving the growing investor interest on the island. Residents weigh in on government fulfilling its commitment to lower energy costs through the Grand Bahama Power Company acquisition. And the Coalition of Independents gears up for a major rally on Grand Bahama as the party continues its push to connect with voters ahead of Election Day.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Grand Bahama continues to gain attention on the international stage as officials say investor interest in the island is growing rapidly. Director of Investment says years of planning and collaboration are now beginning to pay off with major interest in land development and other large-scale projects across the island. She notes that government, tourism officials, and the Grand Bahama Port Authority have all been working together to position Grand Bahama as a prime investment destination. Romiko Knowles has tonight's top story.
After years of planning, negotiations, and major investment talks, the seeds planted are beginning to bear fruit. Director of Investments Felicia Hannah Woods says there's a high interest in land development across Grand Bahama.
I serve as secretary to the Investments Board. The Investment Board deals with land purchases, and so I can tell you, based on the land purchases, we've seen an increase, a significant increase in land purchases throughout the island of Grand Bahama, just based on the most recent announcements from the Grand Lucayan.
But the Grand Lucayan redevelopment is not the only project attracting international attention. Wood says investors around the world continue to view Grand Bahama as a jewel.
Because Grand Bahama is very attractive. Of course, RCL, the Xanadu Beach, the expansion of Freeport Harbor, and other major projects on Grand Bahama, as us also trying to update our policies and making sure that we are efficient in the way we do business, because we have to make sure that these projects come to fruition in the timelines. There are a lot of tight timelines.
She says the push to attract investment has become a collaborative effort with central government, tourism officials, and the Grand Bahama Port Authority all working together to market the island to the world.
The GBPA having their own investment arm as well, and them also simultaneously having their own investment promotion strategy and being aggressive with that, as well as DevCo, I think has made Grand Bahama way more attractive, especially in the last 3 to 5 years.
The investment director notes that having people directly involved in investments who also understand the unique makeup of Grand Bahama has played a key role in helping to drive growth and investor confidence on the island.
Grand Bahama, that we've just seen that there's, where there are projects that fit better in there, that we've been redirecting and reallocating projects accordingly to the respective islands.
In other news, the acquisition of shares from Emera by the government for the Grand Bahama Power Company is expected to result in lower electricity bills for Grand Bahamians. Tonight, we speak with residents about this historic move. Our Shalia Rule joins us live with the latest.
Lower power bills and relief is what the Prime Minister says this will bring. This as residents of Grand Bahama have been struggling with high power bills for years. The Prime Minister says with this acquisition of the Grand Bahama Power Company, residents should see a decrease in the next billing cycle.
This have never happened. This make history.
The Bahamas government should not only look for shares, the Bahamas government should own all of the facilities in the Bahamas.
We've had our issues in Grand Bahama with power, but it's nothing compared to what it is in Nassau, where I'm originally from.
It's a monumental undertaking.
If that comes through, just that, it wouldn't be a problem.
For years, residents of Grand Bahama have been complaining of high power bills and hitting the streets protesting for something to be done. With the government acquiring the company, bills are expected to decrease by 37% by the next bill cycle. Residents believe that any decrease is welcome news for Grand Bahamians.
More money in your pocket, you can do other things with that.
The residents of Grand Bahama and all the Bahamas, all the Bahamians need to have the rate lower. So if they were losing money, what the government could make money or break even.
I don't see why he can't do it for us here in Grand Bahama.
While there are mixed emotions surrounding the acquisition, some residents speaking off camera believe the move could be politically motivated, coming just days before the general election. However, others argue that a deal of this scale takes time and planning and could not have been rushed for political gain.
But this was in the pipeline a long time.
Months ago, the Prime Minister announced that he was working on this deal. So that it happened in this particular moment.
Why wait till 5 days before the election?
I would have wished that they bought it earlier to bring the relief much earlier.
Whoever win the government will have to continue what they put in place.
The nation's chief confirming that these types of negotiations do not happen overnight.
Governance don't stop because election is in the air. We still have to govern. And this transaction has been in the making for quite a while. All right, the process just happened to be ending now. Should we abandon it? When are we going to be able to bring relief to the people of Grand Bahama immediately?
Now, one concern of residents is the reliability of electricity, while the Prime Minister says that he is confident in the Bahamian-led team at the Grand Bahama Power Company. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rowe.
Prime Minister Philip Davis sought to reassure employees during the government's acquisition announcement of the Grand Bahama Power Company, making it clear that the transition would not come at the expense of workers. Addressing staff and stakeholders gathered for the signing, the Prime Minister emphasized that the existing team at the power company will remain in place, with employee benefits fully protected under the new arrangement. He noted that the government recognizes the dedication and experience of the workers who have kept the company operating over the years, adding that continuity and stability are key priorities as the country moves toward a more unified national energy system.
This acquisition also protects the employment and benefits of all existing employees of Grand Bahama Power Company. The payment management team will remain in place. To the workers of Grand Bahama Power Company, we believe you are ready for the new energy era. You know the system, you know the grid, you know the customers, you know what it takes to keep power flowing through good days and difficult ones. Your experience and expertise belongs in the next stage of our national reform. So in the coming months, trained employees of Grand Bahama Power Company will take up key roles in the government's wider energy reform agenda.
Energy Minister JoBeth Colby Davis echoed those sentiments, reaffirming the government's commitment to the staff of the Grand Bahama Power Company. Colby Davis revealed that she has been working closely with the company's team for some time throughout the negotiation and planning process, and took the opportunity to personally thank the employees for their professionalism and cooperation.
As we move forward, I also wish to assure workers that their employment is secure. I also want to thank Nikita, your COO, and also Mr. Banaby, who I have been working very closely with for the last year plus. And we have a very cohesive relationship. We have a great bond. They have a lot of industry knowledge and programs that's already implemented here, like the AMI smart metering. And that's something that we are bringing on stream at BPL, so we can share across both of our utility companies. So
switching gears, third parties are making noise ahead of the 2026 general election. Tonight, the Coalition of Independent Party is outlining its plan for Grand Bahama and flexing its political muscles with a mass motorcade. Charlie Jones has more in this report.
The Coalition of Independents is making their mark on the campaign trail as the 2026 general election looms. As a third party, the COI is making history, having the largest amount of candidates to contest a general election. Here on Grand Bahama, COI candidates are unveiling plans for the island if elected.
Because they have been through so much here in Grand Bahama. I mean, nothing's working. Our healthcare system's not working. Our education system not working. But we believe that we're going to bring change to every sector here in Grand Bahama and throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
I would like to implement East Grand Bahama Trust Foundation, that the checks that the MP gets for their constituency doesn't come personally into my name, but it goes into that trust foundation. I will also like to execute laws in East Grand Bahama, or legislate laws in East Grand Bahama that will protect the homeowners.
Two-term Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, Iram Lewis, also chiming in, noting he will continue the work he started in the constituency despite being under a new banner.
So that is where the COI focus is. Our natural resources that I believe we're not properly utilizing. Our airspace. We need to realize that besides the land that is available for our people, we can benefit more from our natural resources. And we have enough in this country where we don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, where we can pick, choose, and refuse. You shouldn't have to decide today whether I'm going to buy a meal or I'm going to pay the power bill.
They claim their weekend rollout through Nassau broke records, and now they're bringing that momentum to Grand Bahama.
The motorcade rally that was in Nassau, that sparked a wave throughout the whole island of Grand Bahama, throughout the family islands. The people are saying they was amazed with that motorcade rally. It's never been happened. It never happened before. And to see the amount of persons were out there, we believe that here in Grand Bahama we will do the same.
And from the look of things and looking at the numbers, it is the largest we've ever had in the history of the Bahamas. And that speaks to the momentum that we are building.
And as for the details of this mass rally motorcade,
similarly to what happened in Nassau, we will be hosting a motorcade rally in Grand Bahama, where we're asking all of Grand Bahama to become involved. Part of the rally will start from Jonestown in 8 Mile Rock, and they will take a route from 8 Mile Rock through parts of Central, and we'll assemble here at NIO Center, the COI headquarters, where we hope that the mass motorcade will commence at midday.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Charlia Jones.
Meanwhile, police in Grand Bahama are investigating a matter involving the alleged use of a fraudulent National Insurance Board smart card. Initial reports indicate that shortly before 10 a.m. on Wednesday, May 6, 2026, an official from the fraud unit of the Internal Control and Audit Department at the National Insurance Board contacted the Criminal Investigations Department regarding an incident that reportedly occurred on Monday, May 4, 2026. The investigation revealed that a 42-year-old male presented an alleged fraudulent NIB smart card for renewal. Checks conducted within the system confirmed that the card number was legitimate. However, it had not been issued to the male in possession of the card. Further inquiries determined that the suspect had never been officially issued an NIB smart card according to NIB records. Furthermore, the investigation also confirmed that the same fraudulent card had previously been submitted as supporting documentation in an application for a Bahamian passport, which was subsequently approved and issued. Once again, this matter remains under active investigations. In news from the crime beat, officers attached to the Drug Enforcement Unit discovered and confiscated a quantity of dangerous drugs during an operation on Coral Gardens on Wednesday, May 6, 2026. Reports indicate that shortly after 11 o'clock a.m., officers acting on information and armed with a search warrant proceeded to a residence on Peridot Place in Coral Gardens. A search of the residence was conducted in the presence of the 4 male occupants. However, nothing illegal was found. Subsequently, officers searched an abandoned building located across the street where they discovered and confiscated a quantity of suspected hydroponic marijuana. No arrests were made in connection with the seizure. The suspected hydroponic marijuana weighed approximately 1 pound, 2 ounces, with an estimated street value of $2,320. This matter remains under active investigations.
And still to come.
Plus, Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce officials outlined their commitment to advancing business and economic development on the island. Stay with us, sports and more when we come back.
Into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Dr. Monique Pratt, the candidate for East Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. The prescription for progress. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
KMW Battery and Tires has great deals on quality motor oils, starting as low as $5.50. Keep your engine running right for less. Call 351-2595 or visit today for service you can trust. Need glazing replacement parts fast? Clearview Glass has you covered for window doors, showers, and hurricane shutters. Your one-stop source for all window and door hardware. And if they don't have it, they can special order it. Call Clearview Glass today at 352-7694.
Celebrate Mom at Marianne's Restaurant and Lounge Mother's Day Buffet. Sunday, May 10th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. A variety of delicious dishes for just $40 for adults, $20 for kids. Call 602-6969 or 813-6969 to reserve.
Bahamas Faith Ministries International Freeport invites you to a free pre-Mother's Day drive-in movie night featuring Unsung Heroes. Saturday, May 9th, 7:30 p.m. at Seahorse Plaza near Solomon's Lucaya. Bring the family, popcorn and snacks on sale. Celebrate Mom under the stars. Don't miss the 25% off Mother's Day sale at Park & Shop, ladies department only. This May 7th, 8th, and 9th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, including underwear. Park & Shop, downtown.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics
What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Ginger Moxie, candidate for Pine Ridge, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. Ginger for the people, choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
When your body craves the water it needs, be sure to give it the best. Arawak Springs.
Mother's Day is right around the corner, and if you're thinking about what to get her this year, make it something that lasts. At Connect Bahamas, we transform everyday spaces into something that's truly special. From custom cabinets and elegant countertops to tiles, premium flooring, windows, and doors. And just in time for Mother's Day, Connect Bahamas is back with our 35% off Mother's Day sale happening April 16th through May 16th. This is your moment to upgrade her home. Visit us today and take advantage of the savings.
The F&M can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Following its election back in March, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce held its annual installation of officers and directors Tuesday evening at its headquarters. Now led by longtime member Ralph Hepburn, the Chamber says it's focused on continuing its mission to advance commercial, financial, industrial, and civic interests across the island.
That's what we're all about here in the Chamber, to connect, to support, and to grow Grand Bahama. And as we continue to go about our endeavors, we want to make sure there are proper linkages and forums that would allow for all of us involved in the commercial sphere, to connect with one another, to learn about each other, and to understand how we can work together as various businesses on the island of Grand Bahama, how we can impact Grand Bahama, the nation, and internationally.
Second Year Director Nicole Colbrook says the Chamber's newly elected officers and directors are ready and well equipped to serve the community. And with the organization marking 60 years this year, she says there are plenty of activities and community events planned leading up to the celebration in September.
And this year serves 60 years that the Chamber was in existence. So we hope to have informative sessions here at the Chamber, advising our business community on what information is available, introduce them to information that they may not know is available in order to help them to sustain their business and to help grow the economy of Grand Bahama. We have individuals who are leaders in the community, and we expect to have an exciting year, like I said, filled with information, and we are ready to lead.
Our Facebook friend of the day, Christine Williams. Thank you so much for your support. That's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
True. We got a major volleyball tournament coming up in a few weeks. Teams from Exuma, Apco, Bimini, guys. You guys don't want to miss it.
Thanks, Shane. Sports comes your way next, but don't go away right after this break.
People like me don't always get asked to lead, but I never waited to be asked to serve. I wasn't born into politics. I earned my way through service. As an educator, shaping young minds, as a police reserve officer, protecting our community, and for over a decade, serving you, the people of Central Grand Bahama. I've seen firsthand what our people face. Families working hard, but still struggling to get ahead. Communities needing more support, more opportunities, more action. Because here in Grand Bahama, we don't need just promises. We need leadership that understands the people. This campaign isn't about titles. It's about service. It's about community. It's about us. I'm Fraser Gibson, and I'm ready to continue to serve you in Central Grand Bahama.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Parco Deal, candidate for Central Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. Seal the deal with Parco Deal. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Eddie Wan, candidate for Marco City, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote. On May 12th, make your voice count. Ready with Eddie. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Election day is quickly approaching, and your participation is essential to our democracy. So make your plan to vote.
If you have registered in a previous election and haven't changed your constituency, you are still eligible to vote.
To vote, simply bring a valid form of ID, passport, or driver's license.
Polling stations will be opened in every constituency. Check your location and be prepared.
Voting is more than a right. It's your responsibility as a citizen of the Bahamas.
Your vote is your voice. Make sure it's heard.
A strong democracy depends on participation. Don't sit this one out.
And once you've cast your vote, be sure to stay with us for complete election coverage. The ZNS Network, your election headquarters.
Excitement building on the island of Grand Bahama as the government advances energy reform on this northern island as the Prime Minister signs an historic agreement. Hi, I'm Joe Davis-Rowe. Join me for a special program, Lighting the Way to Grand Bahama's Brighter Future, this Friday here on the ZNS Television Network at 8 p.m. That's Lighting the Way to Grand Bahama's Brighter Future, this Friday at 8 p.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. Get ready for some high-energy volleyball action as the 4th annual Battle of the Islands volleyball tournament takes over the Amar Rock Gym May 22nd through the 24th. Also in baseball, the Sunland Stingers defeated the Sister Mary Panthers 6-1, and the Jockeywood Junior Stars defeated the Tabernacle Falcons 4-2. Of course, we'll have more highlights in a later newscast for you. I'm Shane Stubbs. Catch you all on the rebound.
Kingsley Smith Jr., candidate for West Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. It's still one love. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
We are Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited. We sell a wide variety of medical and healthcare products. Anything from bandages, alcohol, personal safety, home care, mobility, compression, lab, just a little bit of everything. We also carry vitamins. We even carry hospital beds. Anything that you think you would need, we have it here. If you're a nursing student, a physician, if you need anything for rehab and therapy, we have it here. We're located in the Lakayan Shopping Center, Suite 3, next door to 700 Wines and Spirits. Our phone number is 602-7940. You can reach us on WhatsApp at 829-3360, or you can get to us at info@bahamasmed.com by email. You can also check us out on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. One, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. You get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, hundreds reportedly left off the voter register ahead of next week's election. Behind the claim, the Free National Movement. Here, the grounds on which the parliamentary commissioner is denying the assertion. Plus, a former prime minister's continued concerns about fraud ahead of the general election, sparking a response from the national security minister. And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs disassociates itself from attacks against the U.S. president. The Bahamas tonight. The National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Hundreds, possibly thousands of voters reportedly been left off the register. This revelation coming from the opposition during a late afternoon emergency press conference, at which time the party called for immediate intervention just days before the country heads to the polls. Our Lloyd Allen sat in on that briefing and joins me live in studio. Lloyd?
Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. Now, with 5 days remaining until the May 12 general elections, a concerning claim made just hours ago from the Free National Movement. Now, this from leader Michael Pintard concerning the omission of a number of voters' cards from the register. A figure, he says, could be in the thousands. Addressing the media during a press conference this afternoon, Pintard alleges that based on details relayed during a meeting with party representative and officials from the Parliamentary Registration Department just yesterday, plans are in motion by PRD Commissioner Harrison Thompson to consult with the Attorney General's office on having those omitted voters included in the May 12th election using white ballots as opposed to colored ones. Pintard explains that according to Section 58(1)(c) of the Parliamentary Elections Act, any Bahamian with a voter's card but whose name does not appear on the register or is not listed in the correct constituency or polling division can still cast a vote, also known as a protest vote, and must do so on a colored ballot. The development, a concerning one for the opposition, whose leader is cautioning the PRD commissioner to refrain from last-minute changes to permit a fair and transparent election.
What is important is that we have a register where there are quite possibly thousands of Bahamians that have been left off the register. And I want that to sink in for the Bahamian people, that you've done everything possible to register, to follow the law. You did so in a timely fashion. The government has a body that is appointed whose job it is to make sure that all the persons who've registered, when the day comes, they are able to vote. Now we are finding out 5 days before the election, despite their interest and right to vote, there are thousands of persons who are being disenfranchised because of the leadership we have in place.
Now, immediately following that press conference, we spoke with PRD Commissioner Harrison Thompson, who dismissed the FNM's claims as unfounded.
Not significant number of people. I hear one or two people say that they did not appear on the register. But tell them that over 209,000 persons on the register. That's the largest ever been. So how many people could be left off? There's some discussion with the Attorney General that I am not able to speak to, but it's not to deal with those type of issues, right? But we're having some discussion with the Attorney General's office about certain things to deal with parliamentary. Well, it's not, but to deal with 15 or 16,000 people or whatever the number they have.
Now, despite those claims of an estimated 15,000 omitted voters, the party committing to continue to watch the PRD leading up to May 12th. And this is a developing story. We'll have more on this in a later newscast. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen. Makushla.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. Now, in related news this evening, fraudulent Bahamian documents found in the possession of foreign nationals, a troubling concern for a former prime minister who brought the issue to the fore during his party's mass rally last evening. LaDon Davis is on the story.
A return to the rally stage found former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram taking on an issue he finds distressing: the large volume of foreign nationals caught with fraudulent Bahamian passports and other government-issued documents to identify Bahamians locally and abroad. He reasons that instances like this could pose security breaches in the way the government is viewed on the world stage.
I'm aware and concerned that if word spreads around the world, the Bahamian passports may not be as safe as we believe they have been. Enhanced surveillance, scrutiny, and shadowing of our documents may result when any of us go abroad, causing delays, embarrassment, and possibly worse.
What's even more disturbing, he says, is finding out that the majority of those found breaking the law are in the Bahamas on work permits, and that the PLP government doesn't seem outraged by the sale and misuse of these documents.
I got a work permit and a Bahamian passport. I got a spousal permit and a Bahamian passport. Now, this can only be happening by the collusion of some officials and others. Such abuse cannot be excused or tolerated, and where the evidence exists, such persons ought to be punished.
Mr. Ingram's message, speaking to the party's Save Our Sovereignty campaign, has also hammered by party leader Michael Pintard.
Saving it from a government that has put our voters' cards in foreign hands, and if they deny it, we ask you, why are you not working to stop it?
In this final stretch, the FNM will tonight take its message to South Abaco. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDon Davis.
Well, it didn't take long for the Progressive Liberal Party to respond to Mr. Ingram's sharp criticisms. The National Security Minister taking time today to outline the former Prime Minister's record in his defense to the claims. Here's Amaya Moss.
So he is big on talk about immigration, but his record shows releasing migrants from deportation, from detention, not deporting anywhere near the migrants that we do.
National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro firing back at former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram, who mounted the Free National Movement's rally stage in the second installment of its SOS campaign. According to Minister Munro, Mr. Ingram's comments on immigration and fraud showed more flaws with the opposition. He pointed to the former Prime Minister's record on immigration as proof.
Prime Minister Ingram, when there was an earthquake, released migrants in detention. The record of this administration is when flights were canceled to Haiti because of unrest, we didn't release migrants from detention. We deported them on the Lawrence Major to Cape Haitian, which had a relative calm in it. So he released migrants, we deported migrants.
In fact, Minister Monroe says the PLP's administration repatriated more migrants than any other administration.
Where he added nothing to the Defense Force fleet to intercept migrants, the PLP was responsible for the Sandy Bottom project that brought the fleet up. They then let the fleet run down. We have sent 3 of those vessels to the Netherlands for refit to put them back in the fight. We have bought fast interceptors. We have signed agreements. We joined the American Anti-Cartel Coalition. None of this Prime Minister Ingram did.
Regarding cases of fraud, the minister says these matters are just now coming to light because the PLP is working to weed out the issues. He says the FNM's policies is theater and outrage, while the PLP's is action.
Document forgery has always been going on. The difference is they never caught anybody doing it in numbers. They loosened the regulations for the passport office, and that's where fraud sprang up. Our record is we don't become outraged in terms of throwing up our hands and being theatrical. We are methodical. We institute systems to identify you, we catch you, we prosecute you, then we jail you. And our plan now in the second term is to increase the penalties on the public servants who do that.
Minister Monroe says last night, in his view, throws into question the ability of the present FNM leader to be prime minister, considering Mr. Ingram needed to close the case for him. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Well, former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Hubert Ingram, making no secret of the fact that he threw his support behind the Free National Movement's Killarney candidate, Michaela Barnett Ellis, in Thursday's advanced poll, the only candidate, he says, carrying the torch. It was a direct jab to former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, who, having been denied the FNM's nomination, has opted to run as an independent.
She is our candidate. Any other candidate coming to you in the name of the FNM, just say, if you don't want to say it loud, say it under your breath. Depart from me. I no longer know you.
Travis Robinson also got a big endorsement from the former Prime Minister last night. Robinson, the Free National Movement's candidate for the Fort Charlotte constituency, will go head-to-head with the business mogul and multi-millionaire Sebastian, a modern-day story of David and Goliath, as some see it. Mr. Ingram encouraged FNMs to place Robinson in the winning column on Election Day, noting that when he left office, Bastian was an FNM. But National Security Minister, the Honourable Wayne Monroe, today responded with this.
If you want to make sure Sebastian can become your Prime Minister, stop him in Fort Charlotte.
Our money ain't good money. Brave, you know, you sell his soul of the nation for a number show.
If you don't stop in Fort Charlotte, you have no control over it, because only the members of the House will have to elect him. And he got the money and the means. And you got plenty of people who are dead hungry for money. So stop him in Fort Charlotte. Do to him what we did to Frankie Wilson in '97. Elect Travis, he's 31. Send Sebastian back to number business.
This is the same Prime Minister Ingram, who was the chairman of the PLP, was a PLP minister for ages, who said as PLP chairman that the Bahamas should never let anything like the UBP of its ilk ever get in power again. So I encourage people to listen to Prime Minister Ingram, but the true Prime Minister Ingram, the PLP, who knows that the UBP was bad for the Bahamas, the FNM is bad for the Bahamas.
Well, the Progressive Liberal Party's Choose Progress message making its way to Matthewtown, Inagua last night. The campaign rally culminating the party's tour of the Maikal constituency. Altavi's Munnings tells us more in this next report.
Concern of Inagua residents right now is the current operational status of the island's main employer, the Morton Salt Company. ZNS News recently reported that the Bahamas Manufacturers and Allied Workers Union strongly appealed to the Davis administration to intervene on resolving the company's significant tax balance owed to the government, as Morton Salt executives were planning to either reduce their workforce or even cease its Matthewtown Inagua operation. During Wednesday night's Rally for Progress, Progressive Liberal Party leader, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, told Inagua residents that he wanted to personally inform them that the Davis administration has reached an agreement with Morton Salt and all outstanding issues have been resolved.
The new agreement will bring, quite apart from the purchase of Morton Salt, it will bring $200 million plus of investment right here to Great Inagua. It will double the workforce. It will build a salt center of excellence to train young Bahamians right here at home. It will help rebuild the island school. This island school, they'll help us rebuild it. And will back and will assist in ensuring that we have 3 weekly flights to Inagua.
The PLP leader then reminded party members and supporters in Inagua and the Mical constituency as a whole why the party was elected 5 years ago to run the country's affairs, and reasoned the need for a second term to continue the work, especially in the Family Islands.
Our blueprint for progress names Atkins, it names Meguana, and it names Inagua. Among the Family Islands, prioritized for energy infrastructure upgrades, new microgrid solar at scale, the end of expensive diesel generation, and an energy equity rate so no Bahamian on these islands can ever again pay more for electricity simply because of where they live. Broadband on every inhabited island by 2031. Real digital infrastructure, so a child in Crooked Island sits in the same online classroom as one here in Inagua, as one in New Providence.
The Progressive Liberal Party will remain in campaign rally mode for the next few days in the Family Islands, culminating with its final rally at Clifford Park in New Providence Saturday night. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Coming up, the OAS to monitor next week's general election. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The week moves fast. Move smart with KFC. Monday, start with crunchy deals. Tuesday, you already know it's crazy. Wednesday, keep it under $10. Thursday, the Kentucky Crunch for $7.50. Friday, the meal deal for $9.85. Saturday night, we got you covered. And Sunday, no stove today. The fill-up box feeds the family. Outsmart the week with KFC.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Islands.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to catch JS Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for JS Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind. A household name carries a lot of approval. And when you're shopping for household, you need a household name. For 50 years, Bahamas Welding and Fire has been a household name in outdoor grills and kitchen appliances. Need to beautify that yard space for your grill? BWF has it covered. For the industrial worker, you can find a complete line of tools and safety equipment. For the welder of any level or budget, you can find the right machinery to power everything. There's no shortage on power with a wide array of generators, and safety is everyone's responsibility. Find everything needed to protect everyone on the worksite. Over 40,000 square feet of shopping space in a convenient location. Bahama's Welding and Fire. We're more than just our name. Located number 13 Wilton Street.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
You're looking at a shot there of Veterans Cemetery on Infant View Road. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Shane Gibson. The Parliamentary Registration Department assuring the more than 180,000 registered voters still left to cast their ballot that there will be a smoother process on May 12th following last week's chaos and confusion. LaDawn Davis tells us more in this next report.
Initially, the Parliamentary Registration Department had planned for some 24,000 persons to cast their ballots in the advance polls on April 30th. But according to consultant Jeffrey McPhee, based on the numbers, it was evident that the advance polls would have been larger than ever before.
We added another 2,000 capacity for it to take on about 2,000 persons. And then that became evident that that was not going to hold either. But by the second week, we did not have the personnel to go beyond our designs. We had our initial designs. We redesigned once. We redesigned twice. And when I say redesign, meaning that we added more schools, added more polling places.
This election is also the first time the Parliamentary Registration Department has seen a major shift in the age group for the elderly showing up to the polls.
What we expect to find when we get all of our registers back is that the median age of the persons who really showed up at this poll, this advanced poll this time, are persons in their 70s and 80s. So not as agile as we'd like, not as mobile as we'd like. Not everybody with 2 feet and a walking stick, but persons in wheelchairs.
McPhee is assuring voters that system glitches will not affect their ability to cast their ballots on May 12th. He says contingency plans are now in place to address any unnecessary disruptions.
We have to think out of the box now, and we have to make every contingency that's available to us, make sure that it works so that persons are comfortable. All right, so that the lines are not as long. More barricades. We are going to string our lines so that they do not commingle. We are going to ask the Royal Bahamas Police Force to be vigilant. Agents in and amongst the electorate are allowed, but up to a certain agreed number.
It's likely there may be instances where polling stations will be opened far beyond the 6 p.m. cutoff time. We should also expect to see more of the elderly persons showing up to vote on Election Day. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Now, as expected, the Organization of American States deploying a team of 21 experts and observers from 14 nations to the Bahamas ahead of next week's general election. The team will focus on electoral organization and boundaries, electoral technology, electoral justice, political electoral finance, and the political participation of women. On Election Day, observers will monitor polling stations from the opening through the voting process, tabulation, and results. A preliminary report detailing its findings and recommendations to strengthen Bahamian democratic institutions will be issued following the vote. This mission is the fourth of its kind here in the Bahamas. Well, the Ministry Ministry of Foreign Affairs is this evening distancing itself from comments made on the Free National Movement's rally stage last evening regarding U.S. President Donald Trump. At the time, the FNM's Carlisle Bethel condemned the government's decision to retain foreign U.S. influencer Roger Stone, whom he blasted as a chief election stealer. In a statement this afternoon, the ministry sought to make it clear that the Bahamas does not comment on or involve itself in the domestic affairs of the United States and remains focused on protecting the country's national interest. Further, that public officials have been advised to avoid commenting on U.S. domestic politics. There was also a warning that irresponsible public comments could negatively impact the country.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
5 years, we struggle as they rule. Our economy in ruins. Job prospects dried up. Hundreds of millions spent on no-bid contracts. Illegal immigrants flooded our communities. Our schools and hospitals broken. And healthcare unaffordable. Now they want 5 more years. If they get it, our future, our Bahamas, is gone. No more. Under the FNM, that changes, because they know their job is to work for you, not the few.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
It's a special day for Mom and she deserves the best. Bring her into Baja and let's de-stress. We'll pamper her and make her feel safe. Get Mom a nice spa day.
Come visit us at Baja Retreat Spa. Purchase a gift for Mom and call us today at 323-6711.
Pamper her and make her feel safe. Get Mom a nice spa day.
Near, far, where can I get 3 flavors in one pizza?
In here, at Little Caesars.
Ahoy! Then I'll take it for a great price.
It's not madness, it's Little Caesars. Pizza.
3 flavors, 1 happy you for just $11 VAT inclusive. Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaks Field, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, Royce and Marlena are waiting on the other side of the break, but they're going to give us a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now right now.
It's true. You know, everyone's talking so much about election coming up, but you know what's going to happen before the election? It's Mother's Day. So if you haven't already gotten your plans together for your gifts, I want to know, Makushla, are you more of a gift person on Mother's Day or more of an experience? Like, would you rather open something or be able to have a massage or the day off? Like, what would be your preference? Yeah, leave me alone. What would be your preference?
the experience.
The experience.
You get to a point where you're just amassing stuff in terms of the gifts. And you get to a point where you're like a child and you play with them one day and then you
put the box away. It's like, I want to be able to treat myself.
Experience a good massage or just to go out.
Yes, just have a moment to yourself. Well, speaking of experiences, there's a Mother Appreciation and Support event happening. I think that's coming up tomorrow. We'll be talking to our guests about that, so that's coming up in our show.
Ah, sounds good. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this break.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
Like, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, that included, boy.
I need the $10 special place. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Midnight ward in the red lights below. Nurses breathe grace, but the pain won't go. Head is the weight on the sick tonight. Too many souls in a losing fight. Broken jaw waiting, no surgeon in sight. Child in the hallway crying all night. Girl in emergency gasping for breath. No tools in the ward fighting death. Running those halls with fire in her chest. Searching for the steel they failed to invest. Back to her office through rage and night. Just to find something to save that life. Rise up now. Rise up now. Rise up now. Dr. McIver. Rise up now. Midnight ward in the red lights glow. Yeah.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Every job I've had, I've learned something invaluable. When I was in construction, my brother made us look for the screws and the nails in the dirt because your job could be held up if you ran out of nails. One of the sayings was, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. You are always on the clock. The FNM knows a strong economy means better jobs, more money in people's pocket, and a real comeback. And our team will work every day to make it happen.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, that's good enough to eat, that is good to grow. It's good enough to eat, that is good to grow.
Yesterday, an important investment in Grand Bahama's agricultural and public markets infrastructure was marked by Minister Jomo Campbell, who officially rededicated the Grand Bahama Department of Agriculture building, which also serves as the Animal Control Unit and Public Markets Unit on West Mall Drive in Freeport, Grand Bahama. This investment aids in improving services and modernizing agricultural infrastructure across the island. The upgraded facility is expected to better support farmers, vendors, animal control operations, and the wider Grand Bahama community. Minister Jomo Campbell shares more about the significance of this rededication.
This rededication represents progress in motion. It represents investment in infrastructure, investment in people, an investment in a sector that is critical to our national development. In case you haven't noticed, agriculture is no longer a side conversation in our country. It has now become central to our economic resilience, to our sustainability, and dare I say, to our national identity. Our approach as a ministry has been strategic, modern, and national in its scope, no longer being Nassau-centric. That is why we continue investing in facilities, strengthening extension services, improving enforcement operations, supporting farmers, fishermen, modernizing markets, and creating pathways for young Bahamians to enter this sector with pride.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Keith Bryan Jr.
The Small Business Development Center hits a $100 million milestone.
Plus, the government expands its breakfast program. Those details straight ahead.
Also see how one church is paying homage to some special mothers ahead of Mother's Day. Stay close for that.
And your Access Now Total Sports Report is up next.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Welcome indeed. Now, some days feel like everything is moving at full speed. The headlines, the conversations, the constant stream of information. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, people are still just trying to find moments to pause and take it all in, especially as Mental Health Awareness Month continues this May.
Yes, and that's becoming more important than ever because with so much competing for our attention, even a quiet moment to reset, reflect, or even reconnect with the people who mean a lot around you can make a difference. Sometimes the simplest things are the ones we need the most.
Absolutely. And in a world that rarely seems to slow down, those moments really matter. And with that said, let's get right into the news. Early this week, we introduced you to a young entrepreneur who was able to get his business off the ground and thriving with the help of funding, support, and resources from the Small Business Development Center. Of course, that has been helping him in leaps and bounds over the years, and they're now hitting a milestone of $100 million in approved funding for Bahamian businesses. Our Maya Moss reports tonight.
The Small Business Development Center celebrating a milestone years in the making, surpassing $100 million in approved funding for businesses across the country. The achievement marking more than financial progress, but what officials describe as hope taking root in communities where opportunities have often fell out of reach. Thanks to the Empower Project, a collaboration between the Department of Inland Revenue, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and the Urban Renewal Authority, 80 entrepreneurs across 8 constituencies, 16 of them from the Family Islands, including Andros, Cat Island, and Abaco, secured business licenses after completing hours of rigorous training. Congratulating the cohort were Minister of Economic Affairs, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, and SBDC Executive Director Samantha Roll, both reaffirming the government's commitment to small business development across the country.
Behind every client supported, every program executed, and every dollar in that $100 million deployed is a team that continues to show up, push forward, and remain committed to the mission of empowering Bahamian entrepreneurs. Your work is helping to shape real outcomes for people and communities across this country.
It provides not only financial support, but also the structure, guidance, and capacity building needed to turn ideas into sustainable businesses. Because true empowerment is not just giving resources. It is about equipping people to grow.
And for these entrepreneurs, belief bloomed.
This is such an amazing opportunity. It gives me what I need to boost my business.
I'm blessed and I'm happy to be able to impact as much lives as I can and continue to make an awesome change in the Bahamian community.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
So important. Small businesses make a big difference. Thanks so much, Amaya. Meanwhile, the National School Breakfast Program is expanding once again, this time to include 3 specialty schools across the Bahamas. The Office of the Prime Minister announcing that PACE Bahamas began receiving breakfast service yesterday. The initiative will begin at the School for the Blind and the Transitional Alternative Program for students on May 11th. Officials say the program now reaches students in all specialty schools, along with every public preschool, primary, and all-age school nationwide. Since launching in 2023, the initiative has expanded to 118 schools across 17 islands, serving more than 20,000 students and delivering over 1.8 million meals. Prime Minister Philip Davis says the program is helping students start the school day ready to learn, while also supporting Bahamian families and local vendors.
Thanks so much. Meanwhile, motherhood in all its forms took center stage at Agape Cathedral as 10 outstanding women was celebrated. The recognition coming during the pre-Mother's Day honors and concert, A Hymn for Her, through motherhood, mentorship, and service to the community.
Mother's Day, kind of getting the week of Mother's Day started, and we've dubbed it A Hymn for Her. So we celebrate phenomenal women, women who have a national presence, who kind of not necessarily biologically mothers, but they have a mothering kind of presence in our communities. And while we present them and celebrate them, we would have gotten from them one of their most favorite hymns. And so while we're presenting them, we're also singing their favorite hymn, hence A Hymn for Her.
Among the 10 women honored was Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings, who has served in the Royal Bahamas Police Force for more than 35 years and currently serves as officer in charge of the South Central Division. She's broken barriers as the first female to dress an official parade, the first female press officer serving 2 terms, and the first civilian lab technician for the force. Skippings shared she feels honored to be recognized.
I feel extremely honored to be a part of 10 distinctive women who are mothers of this great country, who have made significant contributions in various spheres of their lives. And so to know that you're being recognized for being a mother, I think it's in Psalms somewhere where they talk about a virtuous woman. And so it feels good to stand among women who are truly virtuous and who truly exemplify Christ in everything they do.
Also recognized was founder and executive director of the Bahamas Crisis Center, Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson, a prominent psychologist and human rights advocate known for her lifelong work supporting victims of domestic violence and sexual violence. A mother of 3, a grandmother of 3, and foster mother to so many, Dean Patterson shared words of encouragement with mothers trying to manage motherhood.
No matter what the challenges are, you can do this, you can get through it, you can make it, and your children will grow up healthy and strong and able to bring to the world what God has given them.
Still to come, an event designed and dedicated to honoring and supporting single mothers. We've got Earthly Angels United in the studio next.
And of course, Diane Dorset has your Access weather forecast, so stay close.
Once students of the C.W. Sawyer Primary School hear that sound, they know it's story time. The school recently celebrated Literacy Month. Here's Senior Mistress Tara DeVoe.
Our school this year, we use reading the book Paddington in Peru. And the book is usually associated with a movie, which the children get to watch at Atlantis at the end of the month. Every day is an assigned chapter. So during the SOAR reading period, our boys and girls will be read to either by their teacher or guest readers, or even parents. We want to foster a love for reading. I know during the reading block or reading periods in class. We know that children may have this perception that, oh, we're reading just to learn something, or we're reading because we have to read as a class. But we want children to just take a book and enjoy it. Open books and the wonderful world that's out there when you open books. Just not reading for pleasure. Then we want to foster that with our boys and our girls. We do have some competitions that are going on. We have a composition competition that's going to be launched on Monday. We also have a book log competition where we're encouraging boys and girls to read as many books as possible. And there's a competition there, so there's a prize going to be awarded to the child who reads the most books.
Deputy Head Girl Esther Honorat says she's soaking it all up during her last months at her beloved school.
Reading is very important because reading is all around us. We have authors, writers, and we read lots of books. So that's why I love this literacy month, because it just shows how important reading is, and reading is important to everybody.
I'm Adama Williams for Ed Talk.
Step inside a world of adventure with Mandalorian and Grogu at Burger King. See The Mandalorian and Grogu, only in cinemas.
At We Buy and Sell, we help you upgrade your home the smart way, from solar panels and solar lights to strong doors, storm-ready windows, tiles, mirrors, vanities, faucets, and more. Everything you need is right here under one roof. Great quality products, great price, and fast, friendly service every day. Visit us on Robinson Road or send us a message on WhatsApp 242-636-8412 or shop anytime at wbusbahamas.com. We Buy and Sell. Upgrade your home today.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
It's Thursday, the 7th of May, and it's time for your Access weather forecast. So let's see how our weather is shaping up over the next few days. Well, to start, we'll be getting hot temperatures taking us about 3 degrees above average, the 80s, 90s as we head into the weekend. The culprit, a southerly wind and the heat dome on top of the region. This pattern will remain in place through at least until Sunday before a front arrives early next week. Now, looking at our satellite picture, an area of high pressure remains stable in our area. We see some high clouds over the northwest Bahamas moving southeast, while the rest of the island chain is enjoying nearly clear skies. But as I mentioned, we have an approaching frontal system expected to enter the northwest Bahamas late Monday night, early Tuesday morning, which will elevate the chances of showers early next week. Now, over our waters in the northwest and the central Bahamas tonight through Friday, we'll get winds that'll be light and variable, seas at 1 to 3 feet, a high tide at 12:43 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 7:23. Then in the southeast Bahamas, easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. And on Saturday, for all areas, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. A low tide at 8:13 in the morning, followed by a high tide at 2:09 in the afternoon. It is time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Celebrities like U.S. President Nixon, he's legendary. He's bonefish 40. Man so meek and lowly. Bonefish 40. He's the one and only.
That was your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that wraps up your Access weather forecast. But join me again at 11 for a full weather update. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks for the forecast on this Friday, Junior. Thank you so much, Dad, as always. Now, as you heard earlier, Mother's Day is just around the corner. And as you'd expect, the gifts and services will be in heavy rotation. But the reality is, some mothers won't get to partake in the celebrations surrounding the big day, but Earthly Angels United is looking to change exactly that.
And here to tell us about their upcoming Mother's Appreciation and Support event is Nishan Patton. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Access
Thank you for having us.
It's so good to have you. Now, Earthly Angels United. I mean, it's an amazing name first to start with. I want you to tell us what it's all about and how it got started, please.
Well, as you said, it's all in the name, Earth Angels United. And the way it got started was actually very organic. You know, it was just a group of very passionate friends that got together, and we would organically do acts of kindness anyway. So we just decided, you know, we were a group with one thing in common, big hearts.
Yes.
Wow. And we wanted to take that and to do something tangible with it.
Pull your resources.
So, yes, exactly. So we started out of our own pockets with our own resources, and we started with family, friends, just people in the community. But the one thing that really solidified it for us was when we had the opportunity to assist someone with a medical bill. And the impact of that really just let us know that, you know, there's something special about this. Of course, we love doing this organically. We love just helping people and taking opportunities in any way we can. But there's something to this, and so that we should in fact, yeah, exactly. And others encouraged us to really, you know, make this a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
And so that's where we started.
Amazing.
And you mentioned organic kindness. I always feel like organic kindness is contagious. When someone sees someone else helping, they're like, you know what, I'll do my little piece that I can do too. Now, tell us a little bit about who you serve and what are some of the core pillars of Earthly Angels?
Well, who we serve, as you said, you know, when things start from an organic passion, you don't want to leave anything out.
Right.
You know, we know that there are organizations that focus on specific things, and that's a really awesome thing. Like, for example, Hands for Hunger, right? You know, they're focused on food security. Yes. They want to feed those that need food. That is their objective. But for us, we wanted to stay open to the organic way that we started, and to just be able to see whatever need there is and to be able to fill that. We separated that into 4 pillars, of course, so that for organizational purposes. Right. But that can range anywhere from economic support through community development, environmental issues, you know, that if there's a natural disaster that we can maybe assist with, we want to do that. We want to leave nothing out. And of course, those human needs like food security and everything is not excluded. So those are the reasons why we started to organize into those pillars so that we can make sure that we cover everything that is possible to cover.
Those big hearts are certainly filling big gaps across the spectrum.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the big Mother's Day event that's happening very soon.
Wonderful. We are very excited about our Mother's Day event, and it's 9 a.m. at St. Agnes Church on Saturday. And this Mother's Day, we wanted to focus on single mothers. And of course, they are our real superheroes. You know, people tell us, you know, it's hard even when you have a partner. Whole holistic family unit where there is 2 partners, and that's even hard when you're trying to raise children. So, of course, single mothers, you know, we wanted to focus on them. We wanted to give them a space to just be able to even connect with each other. And wherever there's need, you know, can be from, you know, hey, if you need some groceries, we can give you that support. If you need a bill paid, the support can be there. You know, just anything that you may be even feeling emotionally. You may just need someone to talk to. You may just have a burden on your heart and you want to be in community with others like yourself to be able to share. So that's what our event is about on Saturday.
So special. And like you said, just that sense of community, feeling like they're not alone.
Exactly.
And how can people reach out to you?
So you can find us, you can email us at info@earthangels.org, and we'll be able to send you all the information that you would need.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck on Saturday, and I hope you have a great turnout. You're making such an important difference in the community.
Appreciate it.
Now stay with us. Sports with Amajal Knowles is up right after this break.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And here's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I love this.
You like this?
The blue? I love this blue. Oh my gosh, I love these bromeliads. This color, this really popping. Hold on. These ain't the money trees Kelly was talking about, eh? Kelly, I can need like 6 or 7 of these money trees. even know these bromeliads. I love this. This orange, this nice. I can find some place to put these right in my yard. Wow, I can't believe you buy me all these. You have money, eh?
Yeah.
Best Daughter Award goes to...
Make Mother's Day bloom with love at Rocky Farms Nursery. Beautiful flowers, thoughtful gifts, and everything mom deserves. Because no one deserves it more.
Take your business to the next level by joining the Tourism Development Corporation's Tourism Business and Products Registry. This registry will act as a hub for all Bahamian tourism-related ventures across the blue, green, and orange economies, ensuring that our entrepreneurs get the support, access, and connections they need to help develop a stronger business and ultimately a stronger industry. Join now at tdcbahamas.com.
For life's everyday to-dos, digital payments help keep things moving. Instead of worrying about carrying enough cash, your debit or credit card connects you directly to your bank, giving you secure, real-time access to your funds wherever you shop. Instead of worrying about carrying enough cash, your debit or credit card connects you directly to your bank. It's so easy that even a child can do it. The future of pay is digital.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism. We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
Don't stray this May. Continue to save when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Best Value Kernel Corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Rainbow Corn Beef, 12 ounces, $2.39. First Choice Sugar, 4 pounds, $2.59. Iceberg Lettuce, $2.79 each. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. If you want to pay less, you want to shop more at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports from the NBA playoffs last night. VJ Edgecombe and the Sixers now in an 0-2 hole. Edgecombe would produce 17 points, going 6 of 13 from the field, including 3 of 7 from behind the three-point arc with 5 boards, 3 dimes, and 1 steal across 40 minutes. But his Sixers would fall to the Knicks in Game 2, 108-102. Edgecombe, though, on a personal note, has been playing well through the first 2 games of the series, totaling 29 points, going 11 of 24 from the field with 5 triples and 5 dimes. He may need to stay hot in Game 3 to give Philly its best chance of avoiding an 0-3 deficit.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of great looks, wide open looks. Yeah, like I said, everything we just was missing. We were pretty satisfied with the looks we were getting at them. So yeah, in the fourth quarter. So yeah. I think that's the most important thing. We don't lack confidence. If we don't lack confidence, we gonna keep shooting the ball regardless. If we're making or not, we're gonna keep shooting the ball. I mean, that's the only shot we gotta win. And if we make shots and shoot the ball, so yeah.
The Island Youth Basketball League returned to the court this Saturday for Week 3 of its spring league at the Kendall G. Lazick Gymnasium. Following an exciting championship conclusion to the winter season, the spring league continuing to build momentum through competitive games, player development, and family engagement. The league has now grown to 118 rostered players from 5 divisions, ranging from K4 through grade 9. In judo news, judoka Xavier Johnson continuing to make strides on the international scene. Johnson recently finishing 5th at the Junior Pan American Championships in Ecuador. Center Soul Sports team recently caught up with him to talk about the experience.
The first round I had against, who was it? It was Costa Rica. Of course, like, strong opponent, but I was determined to win. Like, in the first minute or so, he actually scored on me for half a point. So it was like a minute left, and I had to try to get it back, and I beat him by on the ground. Then after that, in the quarterfinals, I lost to the guy that got second. So I went into the repechage. Then I fought the Chile guy. Me and him been going back and forth when we were both 66. The record, right at the time, the record's 0-3. I mean 3-0 for me. But at the same time, you always have to be careful because you never know. They want to come back and up the score because I've beaten him so much. So I knew I had to take it seriously. Then I was able to beat him with Ippon, and that's a full score in 2 minutes. Then after that, I was in the other repechage fighting against Costa Rica again. I knew like he was going to come in pretty strong, especially because after this match, we'll fight in the bronze medal match, so forth. Then after that, I beat him in at least like 20 seconds, 30 seconds for Ippon.
Johnson also looking to qualify for the 2026 CAC Games scheduled for July 24th to August 8th in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, but he will need some support.
I guess like the competitions can like average from like 3,000 to 6,000 because like, you know, coaching, food, the tournament, the hotel registration, and like the plane tickets and whatnot. And also like emergency just in case if you get like injured and if you have to end up in the hospital. Funding is always welcome, especially to me, or you can reach out to my mom. Like anything can help me to continue like along this journey, and you'll also be a part of this journey to make it to 2028 and 2032 Olympics.
More golf news, BGF President Linford Miller on what's next for the junior program.
Federation with our junior, in conjunction with our junior division and the central division, they're putting together a summer junior program at this time. Hopefully we'll be able to springboard that out and publish it very soon. So we're hoping to see that that's where newcomers can come out, learn the art of the game, learn the rules, learn the ethics, just come out and have fun.
And that's me. Look at your sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
I'm glad I was able to be here to do two things. One, to thank BTC for this incredible program, and